Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the peaceful coexistence of Christians and Muslims in Africa. And we have to talk about the peaceful coexistence between Christians and Muslims in Africa, Dr. LMadu1. And again, we say that Dr. LMadu1 really does not need any introduction to this particular audience because of the information that he has given us over the last many years, Dr. LMadu1. I like to use the word many years because that does not reveal exactly how long you have been with us, but I think we go back, 25 or 30 years dealing with this kind of information, and I think that we can only say that you have simply enriched this particular show in reference to the African experience, not only in Africa, but all over the world. And I think, as a matter of fact, I think we did a show dealing with Africans all over the world, and you've demonstrated that they are indeed all over the world. And so let's start off this topic this morning, Dr. LMadu1, talking about the peaceful coexistence of Christians and Muslims in Africa, and how did these two particular groups happen to become involved in Africa in view of the fact that you talked about traditional African religions? Let's talk about it from that perspective.
Yes, that's interesting. Yeah, most people think of Africa, they think of the Muslim religion only. Because like you accurately observed, they always see people with turbans and dashikis and all that, and they say, where's Christianity? Nothing could be further from the truth. And also a lot of people think that Africa is an intolerant continent, when it comes to religion, because they always attribute a lot of the conflicts to Africa to religious strife, which is also far from the truth. Now let's see how these religions came into Africa anyway, before we get into the other relevant information here. Before the 20th century, Christians and Muslims were in the minority in Africa. Majority of Africans were traditional religionists. Then at the beginning of the last century, the 20th century, Christianity started making inroads into Africa, as well as Islam. In fact, in 1902, to be specific, there were about 1 million Christians, Catholics really, to be precise, in the whole of Africa.
And 1 million in as late as
1902, you had about 1 million Catholics in Africa. Today, you have about 350 million Catholics in Africa, and about 500 million Christians in the whole continent.